Well, good morning. Welcome back to Nacho Stuff. We're kicking off with possible aluminum chairs. Maybe not. Maybe not. No. They aren't very heavy though. Hear those noisy frogs? We had some crazy storms come through here last night. There was tornadoes warnings. There was sirens going up near Jeffy's house when I talked to him this morning. So I wasn't sure if we were gonna get out and about because we had so much rain last night. I wasn't sure if I was gonna be able to get the trailer out without a huge pain, but we got her out. So we're gonna get after it. Fridays have not been super crazy, but it's been a weird week, so you just never know. Let's hunt and see what kind of junks we can find. Little baby door even. It's not even a full-size slider. I think it's gonna be the steel kind too, unfortunately. Right? I was wrong the other day though. No, it's steel. These are almost always aluminum, but this style, the steel style, the last ones I picked up were that style, but they were still aluminum. That's why I was so thrown by those 3 that I picked up earlier this week. Today is the inaugural day of Ask Matt. What's Ask Matt? I said yesterday, not everybody heard, I don't think, because it was towards the end of the video. We're gonna start asking Matt any kind of questions you want. Scrapping, matting, Orlandoing. You pick it, you ask it to me, and I'll do my best to answer it. I'll probably do a handful of questions each day. Depends on how many I get in, how many I remember, how lazy I feel like being, all the above. So I gotta think about all my questions because I didn't write them down before I left. I was running a little bit late this morning. I was distracted. So imagine that. Matt got distracted. But I can remember at least a couple of them. So I'm sure we can do at least 3 today. So we'll do those eventually. We'll see when they come. Stay tuned for the first Ask Matt. Chairs. They look like aluminum. They might just be painted too. I don't know, these look stackable. Why aren't they stacked? Because they're not stackable, Matt. They should be stackable though, right? Why won't you stack? Oh, you're aluminum though, I like that. Alrighty guys, let's move on. Picker here. What we got in the bag? Garbage. Garbage. You guys are gonna come. Garbage. That's kind of fun. That's kind of fun. Ooh, a Yankee hat. Gross. That's gonna be it, guys. Not so much of a picker as a oh boy. We cleaned up a little bit, not as much as we probably should have, but we did get rid of that wine thing, which gives us tons of space. We got the dinosaurs and the other stickers in here from yesterday. Let's go. I don't know that this is a picker, but there might be a little bit more in here than just that chair. Just that though. Oh yeah. the leafers are in here. Means the other garbage guys probably aren't too far behind. Everything. See this stuff thing? The leafers went by and they were squishing the thing and just water was pouring out. It's gross. See this stuff coming out? Look at that. That's all the water from last night. Gross. Juicy, juicy water. Oh, you're steel. All right, let's roll. It's not much, but I gotta come in. You know, this is our ironing board. We have gone 423 days without getting smacked in the face. I don't know if that's the right number or not, but it seemed about right. Wait, I'm guessing we're having a light day today because of the storms we had last night. The storms came through. I'll show you a little screenshot. When I was going up to pick up some foods for my peoples, I shot this of the temperature, and then like an hour later started raining, and that's where the temperature came down a little bit. But oops, get rid of that music so we don't get a strike. But we had the weather come down, and that's when normally people would put stuff out. So I think that people didn't put it out because the weather was so nasty. And then I'm gonna take that. And then, so unless they put it out this morning, there's no garbages out here. The reason why I'm taking this is we looked at these when we were moving my mom. They didn't, we were looking at these. I just splashed myself. Blah. When I was moving my mom. And these things, this is really nice. That's property of U-Haul, not to be sold. U-Haul didn't have any. When we went to move, and that's probably why they don't have any, because people steal them like that. But, and so we went to go buy some from Lowe's or Home Depot, whatever, I forget which one we went to. Those are $35 a piece. I'm like, I'll just pick it up and carry it, man. That's crazy. I'm not paying $35. We probably would really need 2 of those to move most of the furniture we were talking about. So we're gonna spend $70 for a couple little carts. No, thank you. So I'm gonna grab them, and then I'll have them when I need them, and I don't have to buy them. Makes sense, right? Onward! Not much, but an opportunity to sing. Hey, microwave! There we go. I think this is a generator or a pressure washer that's been dismantled. This was a pressure washer. Look at that contraption they got going there. That's like a homemade air compressor. That was I can't believe this. That's a really nice furniture dolly too. The U-Haul store does a great job of making them out of like reinforced plastic versus the wood ones you buy from the box stores. That will definitely last longer. Starting to find a little bit more meat. We're getting a thing per street right now. Hopefully we can keep adding to the trailer. All right. I saw this down here. I was like, it's one of those mailboxes. If you look in the street here, they all have bigger mailboxes. I thought for sure this was gonna be, actually, let's check real quick. Whew. I thought this could be a mailbox. I'm like, I'm gonna go up there anyways. Glad I did. This could be the weight we need for the day. We gotta get you out of the grass. Sweet. Come on, guys, come on up. Live right there. Live right there. You get out of the way, you're gonna cause problems. That door should be standing up too. late now. Is it? Let's find out. Nope, not too late. I don't know, I just gotta do this just in case. So all you need to do is find a second big and not be able to get it in here. Would not be cool. I'm gonna do a little resituating. All right. Come on, Mr. Fridge. Okay. Yeah. Get over that. Whew. Oh yeah. These are aluminum, right? Yep. Yeah. All right, kids. Let's roll. Alrighty, guys. We've seen the garbage guys. They are in here. And there's not much out here to begin with. So we're going to start with one of the questions. In the future, I hope to have the actual questions with me so I can talk about the person and things like that. But one of the questions that I get on a regular basis was, what do you do with the regulators that you take off of the grills? So the regulators, I clip off the regulators, which I can turn into Jeff as irony light or dirty aluminum is what that can be turned in as. But as most of you know, or if you don't know, the tip of almost all the regulators is brass, and it will come off generally with a 18 millimeter or a 3/4 socket, depending on the style of regulator. Those are the two main ones. There are some that don't have any pattern to them, and those are a tricky situation, and you just have to kind of grind off the plastic and then cut off the brass. But most of them will come off with either an 18 millimeter or a 3/4 socket, and you either can put it in a vise, you can hold it in vice grips, your pick. You just have to hold this tight. It's on there good, so you're going to need something that's going to be able to hold that well. Most people will use a vise. Take off the brass. Once the brass is off, if I had to guess, I would say that's at least a couple ounces of brass. I will do a video in the future where I'm going to do the regulators. And we can find out what the actual amount is, but I plan on taking the brass off of those, because when that comes off, it's clean brass, and then I can turn the rest of it in still as irony light. I could break it down, but from the different videos I've seen and from the handful of them that I have done already, it's not worth it to do that much effort for the aluminum. The time doesn't pay off for the effort, or the money, I should say, doesn't pay off for the time. So, but I do plan on getting the brass off, because brass pays $2+ rate currently per pound, so it's well worth doing that, and then rest will go as dirty aluminum. At this point, I could do them dirty aluminum, but then I lose that brass. And to me, dirty aluminum right now pays me 33 cents. So it's 33 cents versus that brass, which is at least $2, if not. I think they're paying 2 1/4 at the better yard. So 2 1/4, you're almost gaining $2 per pound for that effort. To me, well worth it. So that's why I collect the regulators. I just have 5-gallon buckets full of them right now, and then at some point when I feel like it or have the time, I will take the brass off and then turn everything else in as dirty. Hope that answers your question well, and thanks for asking. Well, this is a weird one. These are like little, I don't know. They almost look like, you know what they were? They were probably paper filing systems of old school days. That they sat on the counter like such, and they probably had little trays. That's my guess. Oh gosh, water coming out of that. Question number 2. What are your 3 favorite desserts? Oh, that's a tough one now. I thought about that one for a little bit. I really like baked goods. That's kind of my go-to. Baked goods. I'm a cookie fan. Cookies is my favorite baked good. So I'll have to go with a cookie of some sort. Also like cakes. I think it really depends more on mood. But like if I go out someplace that has desserts, I'm generally gonna go with key lime pie, maybe a cheesecake, stuff that's baked fresh, like when they do the skillet brownies with a scoop of ice cream on top. That stuff's good. Really, I love sweets, so it can really be anything. I have a tough one with that one. That's almost impossible to answer because it depends on what mood I'm in, what we've eaten, how hot or cold it is. Those will all vary, but to me, there's no such thing as a bad dessert, really. Thanks for the question. If you have a question, make sure to throw it in the comments. Maybe you'll be featured in the next Nacho Stuff Ask Matt. Oh, this is a nice piece of scrap right here. This should be a nice heavy table. Yeah, the glass is already off of it. Oh, and last but not least, final question of today, because I have to try to remember, and next week will be better, I promise, is what's your favorite scrap? Not counting copper, because of course, copper's king. Everybody loves copper, right? Oh gosh, so heavy. My favorite scrap is actually, I'm gonna go with, believe it or not, non-scrap, because it's the thrill of the hunt. And so when I find things that I'm not sure if it's worth anything or not worth anything, getting things like that are amazing. When you get a paddle board or something really cool from a picker pile, you're like, oh, that could be worth millions. And sometimes they are worth great money. So I like those, but if we're talking about scrap, just scrap, I would go with scrap that I know the value of when I pick it up. Like if you pick up a rim with tire on, you know it's $8. You know if you take the tire off, it's probably a little bit more. I think the true hidden gems though are electric motors and sealed units, because a lot of people won't take the time to pull those off. I actually don't take the time to take some of the electric motors off, and there's a lot of hidden value in that because we throw them in the shred pile and you're getting paid anywhere from 2 to 10 cents depending on where you live in the country. And then if you turn it as an electric motor, you're definitely gonna get paid double, if not a lot more than that. So those are the hidden values. I know I didn't truly answer the question, but it's a trick question to begin with, because copper is of course my favorite. Onward. Just a little bit of metal and some shingles. Oh, guess what? Bonus question. I just remembered another one when I was talking last time. So I'll give you one more. Someone had asked about pricing. Is the prices the same every place in the US, or do they vary? And as you know, if you watch any of the other scrappers here in the US, I mean, there's a handful of us from Orlando. They're gonna have very similar prices, but prices vary, honestly, widely. I mean, if you watch scrap and pallet man, he gets often double digits. I mean, at one point I think he was getting 10, 11, 12 cents a pound. I think he's back down into the real world now, I think, at like 8 or 9 cents. Maybe lower. I'm not 100% sure where they're at now. Same thing with Mike. Mike gets a little bit more. I think he's closer to like 8 or 9 cents on the average. So they're getting a couple cents more. A lot of the pricing will vary based upon where you're located and what kind of processing they do at that particular yard, because everything's paid based upon for the scrap yards. For the most part, it's a volume game where they are taking in material. The more that they can process it, the more they can make. So if they have a shredder, or if they have they call one of them a bottle cap shredder, where it takes the shred and it will knock everything down into basically the size of bottle caps. The more processed it is and ready to be manufactured into something new, the higher price they're gonna get for that material. And the better it's sorted or clean, the more that you'll get as well. So the cleaner the stuff is, and the more ready it is to go back into market, the more you'll get paid. So if you're closer to a facility, or if they don't have to truck it as far, to give you an idea, at our particular yard, almost everything gets shipped out. They'll cube it simply for compacting it so they can fit more on a truck, but everything from our yard goes to another yard, whether it's another yard in Orlando, and in some cases they'll truck it all the way up to Jacksonville, or they'll truck it to a plant in the middle of the state, or there's different parts based upon what kind of material it is. And so they ship it, and they will process it further from there. So that's why we get paid the least, because they don't have any processing. Whereas if you go someplace that has a shredder, they'll normally pay a couple pennies more, or if they don't have to truck it as far, they can afford to pay more. So the long and the short is, prices are all over the place, and you have very little control of it. The only control, or the only thing that dictates that as well, is what the prices are for aluminum or copper, and what the demand for that particular product is at a given time. So sometimes they take in so much aluminum, they don't need aluminum, so the price of aluminum will drop, simply because they don't need it right now. So that's why the prices change so much. But there's not much you can do. The only thing you can do to affect your price is turn in cleaner material that's ready to be processed further. Onward! We're the tail end of our run. There is that nasty freezer again. How long do you think it's gonna take before some scrapper grabs that and takes it to the yard and says, we'll make do with it? One more thing too is, I ran into the Christmas post office yesterday. They're back open again, but I had a key in my box, which means I have a package that doesn't fit in my little tiny box, and so they put it in one of the larger boxes. I went over there to check it, and it wasn't there. So I talked to the postmaster, and they basically said that if anything had been delivered when they had the issue, it was all taken away, and it will eventually come back. I'm not sure when that's going to be, so I'll continue to check. So if you sent me something, it might be a slight delay because of the issues they had there, but we'll eventually get you featured here with what was sent once everything gets back to normalcy. So I think we're almost time to go to the yard, guys, unfortunately, because it's been pretty desolate out here, and we've run most of what we can run. We're trying a couple off the beaten path streets just to see if we can find anything, but we'll see when we see you. Alrighty guys, we've made it to the yard. I know, that's Friday for you. What you gonna do? Look at that big old trailer. Genesis Arabians. I bet there's really nice horses in that trailer. That trailer looks really nice actually still. I'm surprised they're leaving it up there. I'm actually shocked the yard's not wetter than it was. As much rain as we had last night. So maybe this stuff's actually working. We got some, not the normal lake. It's nice to see. Oh, I stopped at my house because I couldn't make it here before lunch. And I looked at the questions again real quick. One of the questions that someone had asked me, not only did they ask about prices, but they'd also ask about if somebody had ever come and griped at me about taking stuff from their house, like complaining. The funny thing is that I've had like 1 or 2 people that have said something about taking stuff, not really mad or anything like that, but more about stuff getting moved around, and they're afraid that if I like mess with stuff, the garbage guys won't take it or something. Basically, as long as you explain to them how things work, everything's okay. But I have had many people thank me for what we do as far as recycling stuff and picking stuff up, and they're appreciative of what we do, more so than being critical about what we do. So that's always nice. You have people that appreciate the fact that you're out here trying to keep stuff from going into the landfill. So hope that answers the question. If not, feel free to re-ask what you meant. And these are all just all going to be twisted together. That was semi-intentional, because if they're all spaghetti together, they can't fall out of the trailer. Not unless everything in the trailer goes, which will never happen. But it's great for making sure that you're not losing stuff on the road. Does not make it great for the unload though. That's why I struggle sometimes to make sure the load is secure while I'm driving versus a convenient unload. Now you stinker your steel. I saw our way in. We're not gonna do anything amazing today, guys. But we've had a pretty fruitful week, if you ask me. Jill said Kev hasn't been in yet, which tells me he might not have run today. Either that or he's doing a commercial account, because I didn't see him on the road. I know there's some wire in here, but it's all yucky. I know, makes you guys mad. Sorry. Chair be gone. Our beautiful cart. I asked Jill again, she does not want this. She's got actually 2 that work, so she's good. So we're gonna take our 4 chairs, almost stackable chairs. We're gonna clean that guy up. We're gonna clean our microwave up, and we'll catch you guys over at Jeffrey's. See you guys in a few minutes over yonder. Let's do some NFJ. Where's Lucas? Whoa! That bump seemed big today. Look. Ugh. That storm was nasty last night, man. Nasty.
I had nickel-sized hail.
Had what?
Nickel-sized hail.
Nickel, did you?
Oh, yeah.
We had hail a couple of storms ago, but we didn't get any hail. It rained. It was like almost like whiteout.
You can hear the sirens?
No, not from where you're at.
No.
No. I know where they're at though. They're
down
they're
by the
literally
school.
across. They're literally across the street from the ball field.
From the school, right? No, there's one down by you that are closer towards you, and there's
No, I don't ever hear. They're too far for me to hear.
Plain aluminum.
Aluminum.
Green aluminum.
You want those in the bucket over there?
What's that?
The chairs.
Good job. Good job.
Good junk. Check out my legit furniture dolly, dude. Look at this thing. Look how substantial this thing is.
You could use that for something.
Property of U-Haul. We looked at those for when we were moving my mom. What? No, just these ends then are steel. Is this a steel too then? When I picked it up, I'm like, this is kind of heavy. Come on. Dude, I magnified these. I checked them like these, because this looks like the steel variety. Maybe just those bottom parts are. I magnified them. What is going on, dude? My magnet broken. Are you kidding me?
Come on, man.
So I'm out there cleaning steel?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh. Swear to God. Man, I'm out of it today, dude. I'm out of it today. I can put these. I know. These can go over there already. You ready? Over here.
What do you think? It's 2 pounds? No, right there. So about 2 pounds?
This?
Yeah.
Maybe. Unbelievable. It's too hot to be cleaning steel.
It's not bad today.
No, it's definitely better today than it was yesterday. Woo!
Yeah, 23 on your steel unit. 8,530 days.
What makes math such hard work?
All the problems.
All the numbers you have to carry.
Yeah. What seafood tastes great with peanut butter? Easy one.
An easy one.
Jellyfish.
Ah, I get it now. I was like, why is it that easy? Jellyfish. That makes sense. What did Tarzan and Jane sing at Christmas time? Jungle Bells.
Why is it easy to play tricks on lollipops?
Tricks on lollipops. Don't know.
Because they're suckers.
Because they're suckers. I like that one.
That's a good joke thing.
Why did the atom cross the road?
So he could be fusion.
Because it was time to split.
What do you get when you cross an elephant with a fish?
An elephant with a fish. Elephino.
No, that's a rhinoceros now. Swimming trunks.
Swimming trunks. Here, this is one my sister told me. What do you call...
It's still on.
Yeah, I know. What do you call a deer with no eyes?
No idea.
No idea. What do you call that same deer with no legs?
Matt.
Still no idea. Alrighty guys, we're weighed and paid. Not an amazing day, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Can you believe that screen was steel? I checked that on the street, didn't I? Because when I picked it up, I'm like, oh, this looks like the steel kind. And I don't know what I checked. Man, I must have just been out of it this morning. I don't know. Anywho's, so I cleaned steel to not be able to turn it in. What a waste of time and effort. I tell ya, what a knucklehead. Anywho's, let's dive into our seat, see how we did today so we can get out of here and kick off our weekend. 740 pounds. Jill scared the heck out of me. She says to me as I'm pulling off the scale, oh, you should, or when I first checked in, oh, you should probably make 25, 30 bucks. I'm like, oh my gosh, the price just dropped. We got the price drop, but we didn't. 7 cents a pound. Still, she was fooling with me. 51.80. Clean aluminum were all them chairs, and there was one other bit in there. I forget what it was. Oh, the handles from the refrigerator. 58 pounds, 45 cents a pound for 26.10. Sealed unit came out of the refrigerator. 23 pounds, 22 cents a pound for 5.06. See, that's that hidden money. You dump that in the yard, 20 pounds gets you, we'll call it $1, right? So it's like finding $4 by pulling that sealed unit out of there. And electric motors, where did my motor come out from? Do you remember? I don't remember. Oh, the transformer and the capacitor out of the microwave. 9 pounds, 26 cents a pound for $2.34 for a grand total of $85.30. Little light of where we want to be on both ends. We didn't hit our 1,000 and we didn't hit our 100. So, but we've had a great week. And Fridays are tough for us. I'm actually pretty happy with 85 on Friday. And we didn't have to totally kill ourselves. The rain got the temperature down. It's shooting back up now, though. I'm sure by this afternoon it's going to be a swelter. I don't know if Kevin ran or not. I'm guessing he probably didn't, because he's just starting to run now. He's a crazy, crazy person, because it's just going to get hotter in the afternoon. Whew, I'm ready for a long weekend. As in 2 days. It's Nacho Stuff, but that doesn't mean you can't take someone else's trash and turn it into cash. Make sure to smash that thumbs up on the way out if you could, please. I would greatly appreciate it. Have a great weekend, and I'll see y'all next week.